Welcome back. Now in this video we're going to be talking about direct response marketing. Now direct marketing can take many forms and can be considered to be one-to-one marketing. It speaks directly to specific individuals and commands a response be made. That's why we call it direct response marketing. Now, in some cases, that response can be to turn away from an infomercial, ignore a postcard, or to throw away a sales letter addressed to them. In the case of online marketers, it is the response a person makes to a landing or squeeze page, either to continue with making a purchase or giving up contact information or just leaving the page altogether. Now, there are two steps for a business to take to fully understand direct marketing. First, a business should understand what forms of direct marketing their target market might respond to. Secondly, and most importantly, the business should integrate the principles of direct response into their marketing campaign. Now, regardless of whether or not the business uses direct mail or online squeeze pages or telemarketing or infomercials, the principles of direct response have proven to be the most effective at getting responders to take some kind of action. Although not all principles are used in every campaign, the basic structure that follows will nearly always be present. In fact, the same principles appear in most online sales letters and sales videos. First, there is a headline, which is designed to get someone's attention. Some copywriters state that the headline should grab the reader, listener, or viewer by the throat. It should force them to stop what they're doing and take note of the rest of what will be said. It also eliminates those that will not be interested. It is the most important element of the entire process because without the prospect's attention, nothing else in the system will happen. Someplace after the headline should be some kind of relating story or empathy. The advertising should show or tell the prospect something that communicates that they do understand their struggle. There should be some indication, visual, verbal, or image, that shows what the struggle could be like if nothing is done about it. It is the worst case scenario of the situation presented. Then, thirdly, a solution is introduced, the product that the business is marketing. Once the product is introduced, there should be something showing or stating what the customer's life will be like once they actually have the product. Note, at this point, marketers make the distinction between talking here about features and benefits, as this is the benefits section. The customer should walk away or move on from this section knowing what's in it for them. Now, fifth, there should be some element of what is called proof. Now, this proof should be scientific, meaning there should be some verifiable way to state that solutions in the category of your product tend to work to solve the problems that are being discussed. Now, of course, to go further, any element that comes from a real-life test or scenario should also be made visible. Now, after noting these proof elements, a direct marketing pitch should talk about the features of a product. Now, by features, what is meant is what the product has and what it does. Of course, when features are spelled out, the most attention should be paid to those that highlight the company's product or the company's USP. Now, throughout the presentation of the product, there should be elements of social proof. And social proof is just another name for testimonials. Now, when possible, the business should be collecting testimonials from happy customers. If the customer needs direction on what to say, the most effective testimonial comes in the form of what their life was like before the product and what it was like afterward. Now, after social proof is added, businesses can look to add in an element of urgency. Now, this means that what is seen as its present price will only be available for a limited time. As a result, the buyer must act now in order to get the most value for their purchase. Now, another element to be added alongside of urgency is the element of scarcity. Now, this means that in some way, even before the deadline ends, there are only a certain number of people that may be allowed to take advantage of the offer. And then, there should also be some reduction of risk in the process of the product pitch. Now, this typically comes in the form of some kind of money-back guarantee. Lastly, a direct marketing approach will have a call to action in it. Now, this means that the business will tell the prospect exactly what they should do, whether it is to go to a certain web page or to call a certain telephone number. See, the call to action should be an affirmative. It should be directive in approach. It should literally tell the prospect exactly what they should do. Now, these elements should be present in a one-to-one message as the structure of how to get a prospect to take action and to make a favorable decision. In fact, you'll probably see them throughout any of the advertising that you hear on radio, or perhaps that you see on television, or even that you read in newspapers and magazines. This is the classical structure based on psychological triggers to get your customer to take action. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.